Welcome to my first ever unboxing video, or perhaps reveal video, I'm not sure what you would call it. Went to an estate sale recently and I found this beauty right here. Kind of an antique itself for a sewing box of some sort. No identification that I can see, but pretty nice. Some scribbles from somebody's grandchildren, no doubt. And here it is. I didn't even go through it. I just said, this is sewing stuff. I'm going to grab it. There's bound to be buttons in there. I often grab these things at estate sales. It's usually a mad race. There's a few people that collect button stuff, so if you're not one of the first 2 or 3 in the door, you're not going to get them. So I just grab it, kind of grab bag, and sometimes there's buttons, sometimes there's not, sometimes there's a few. This has a few. Looks like a lot of card sets, which I know some people really like. I don't really care. I'm a collector of flat buttons for crafting purposes. So I honestly take all my non-flats or odd buttons like this. I have no use for this, so I actually just put them all aside and just find someone to trade with. Someone that wants those, and I'll trade them. Say straight up, pound for pound. I'll give you these, you give me some flat buttons. Sometimes get these crafty bead things too. Same thing. I throw them in another pile and trade them with someone who wants that kind of stuff. Loose buttons like this with no identifier, nobody's going to really want that, since they can't even tell who it belongs to or what it is. And actually, that's a teeny tiny button in there. So I just throw it in with the general population. Trash the thing. I won't bore you with unpackaging all those, but that's how I do things. Separate them by that. Nothing spectacular there, but some great flat buttons, which is what I'm after. More sewing stuff. Sewing stuff. I often get needles and other odds and ends people throw into these bags and buckets. So separate them out. Try to find someone interested in trading. If that's you, let me know. I'm happy to trade with whomever. As long as they have flat buttons, I'll give them the fancy buttons. And I'm not a button connoisseur. I don't know what things are worth. I know people prize glass buttons over others, and some people like military buttons and so forth. I have no use for them. Happy to trade. If you see one that you say, oh, that's worth a lot, I'll give you a whole bunch of flat buttons for that. You just let me know, and it's yours. But don't ask me to look for a specific type of button, because I wouldn't know what I was looking for. I don't know what you're looking for. There we go. Couple of fancy brass buttons, perhaps. I don't know if it's real brass or not, but as you can see, it's in a very old case, pretty old case. Those I'll keep separate because someone may be looking for just this brand, so keep them separate if there's an obvious brand to them. Lisa International, tied to a brand, but it looks like crafty stuff, which I don't want. I don't want to trade with other button people. What else do we have in here? Let's just dump it all out. Alright, we'll sift through this in a minute. Gotta go.